All praise to the Most High God. This is another welcome to another 10 minutes of wisdom. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. Today's class is titled Dwell in Counsel. Okay, so always understand. And this is really talking to repentant Israelites. So if you're listening, always remember counsel. Okay? Always be ready to receive counsel. That's how you survive in the commandments. Counsel is one of your biggest allies. Counsel is on your side. Always get advice. Always get understanding from someone that is wiser than yourself, or someone that has maybe know something that you don't know. So all praise to the Most High God. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go. So we're gonna start in Sirach, chapter 6, and we're gonna get verse 34.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders.
Say, stand in the multitude of the elders. The elders are the wisest men in Israel. Those are the men of understanding. They've been through things. They've been through a lot. They have experiences. Okay? They can teach you things. They always be ready to stand, meaning that's who you need to keep company with. That's who you need to go to when you have a problem, when you have a question, when you need guidance. Go ahead.
And cleave unto him that is
It
wise.
says, cleave unto him that's wise. Go ahead and get next to him. Talk to him. Go to him that is wise. Go ahead.
Be willing to hear every godly discourse.
Now you have to understand in counsel, you have to be willing to hear every godly discourse, meaning everything that comes from the Bible, because that's what the elders are going to do. They're going to teach. They're going to give you instruction from the scriptures. Okay. Be willing to hear. What that means is take it in. Don't forsake the wisdom that you're being given. Always be ready to hear. Was that it on that? Go ahead.
And let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
Says, let parables of understanding escape thee. I mean, and don't put it off. Don't let it. Don't if you when you receive wise instruction, don't forsake it. Don't put it off. Don't go away from it. Let's get some more. Go to. I'll get verse 37. No, I'm sorry. Get verse 36.
Verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him.
So if you see a man that has understanding, that's who you need to be talking to. Go ahead.
And let not thy foot wear the steps, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Meaning the Most High is telling you. They say, let your foot wear the steps of his door. Meaning, don't be ashamed to ask that brother for understanding, because righteous counsel is going to always lead you in the right direction. You can't go wrong. So don't be afraid to text them like, hey, bro, I got a question. I need some counseling. Or for the sisters, when it comes to other sisters, text them, call them. Hey, I got questions. I need answers. That's using wisdom. Go ahead.
Verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments.
So the Most High say, let your mind be among his ordinances, mean his law, statutes, and commandments. Read it again.
Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments.
So it's like meditate continually in his commandments. Go ahead.
He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire.
He said he will establish your heart and give you wisdom at your own desire, meaning it's up to you. If you want wisdom, you will follow his instructions. His instructions say, be with the wise. So that's how you're going to get your wisdom, is by talking with the wise, letting your counsel be with the wise, the elders, leaders, people who you know have real understanding. Because anybody that does not want real understanding, they're going to go get understanding from somebody who don't know anything. They're going to go talk to somebody that's going to give them bad advice, and they know it. That's called getting soothsayings. That's called saying, okay, I don't, as rejecting the wisdom of God and going to someone who's, their understanding is off. But you're going to go to them anyway because they're going to tell you what you want to hear. A righteous man's going to get understanding on what he needs to hear. Let's move forward. That on 37.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sirach 22 and hit verse 13.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 22, verse 13.
Remember, it's dwell in wisdom.
Talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that have no understanding.
That's what we was just talking about. Talk not much with a fool. So most I was telling you, you don't go to somebody for understanding. Don't go to somebody who you know they live a sinful life. That's if you do that, when you go get advice from somebody you know live a sinful life, and I'm talking about matters of high matters. I ain't talking about like fixing a car or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You know a mechanic, he living in the world, that's fine. You can give advice on how to fix your car from him. I'm talking about matters of the scriptures, matters of that concern your soul. Read that again.
Sirach chapter 22, verse 13. Talk not much with the fool.
Go ahead.
And go not to him that have no understanding.
So don't remember, let your talk be with remember, be with the wise, but don't talk with a fool. Go ahead.
Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries.
No, you be defiled with his fooleries, because if you start taking his counsel, you're gonna start moving like he moves. You go to somebody that lacks understanding. Once you start taking their counsel, next thing you know, you in a world of sin. Go ahead.
Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest.
So that's how you find your rest. And don't keep company with fools. Don't look at them as counselors. Go ahead.
And never be disquieted with madness.
Never be disquieted with madness. Let's get some more. Go to Sirach 9 and 15. So you remember, you cannot get understanding from a foolish person. Sirach 9 and 15. We're going 10 minutes of wisdom.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 15. Let thy talk be with the wise.
So that's what we was talking about again. Let your talk be with the wise. Realistically, Israel, we should want to be around people of understanding. That's who you want to spend most of your time dwelling with. Because remember what do they say? Iron sharpens iron. So you want to be around people that's going to build you up, not people that's going to bring you down. Yeah, when you go amongst the wicked, amongst those you know live wicked lives, go amongst them to teach them, to be a pillar, to be a light for them, not to not to live as they live. But let your talk be with the wise. Let your company, that's what that means. Let your company be with the wise. Go ahead.
And all thy communication in the law of the Most High.
So remember, every decision you make, because wise counsel is going to give you, your communication is going to be up from the Most High. That's all you're going to deal in. Everything, every decision you make in life, how you choose a wife, how you deal with your boss, your peers at work, how you deal with your boss at work, how you deal with your brothers and sisters in Israel, it's all going to be from the law. How to serve God. That's what a wise counselor is going to teach you. If you come to somebody and say, "Okay, I got a sister. It's a sister in the congregation that I want to prove. I like her. I want to make her my wife someday." Wise counsel is going to tell you, they're going to give you the process of how to go about making this sister your wife. Or they're going to tell you right at the gate, you don't want that sister to be your wife. She ain't got the right spirit. Foolish counsel going to tell you, "Oh man, just, take her on a date. You and her. And then, spend some long time with her. See if you like the sex." This is the kind of stuff they will say. I've had brothers that I've had to counsel on this, let them know. Because some brothers do believe you got to have sex with a girl before you marry her to know if you want to be with her, because you're going to find out if you like the sex or not. Wise counsel going to tell you, no, if that woman is right with the Most High, everything else gonna fall into place. But you want to make sure she's right first. There's no sex outside of marriage. This is why you want to have your counsel in the wide with men of understanding, women of understanding, so you don't go astray. Read that again for me, Yak.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 15. Let thy talk be with the wise, and all thy communication in the law of the Most High.
Because the law of the Most High is going to guide your footsteps. Let's get some more. Let's get Sirach 32, start at 14.
Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 32, verse 14. Whoso fears the Lord will receive his discipline.
So it says, whoso fears the Lord going to receive his discipline. Yo, that discipline is seeking counsel, is doing his word, law. So if you fear the Lord, you're going to say, whatever decision I need to make in my life, I need to get righteous counseling on it. I need to make sure I have a full understanding on what I'm doing. So what do? I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to a brother. Sisters, I need to talk to a sister. Go ahead.
And they that seek him early shall find favor.
So when it's been, they gonna quick to go, hey, I can't handle this by myself. Go ahead.
Verse 15. He that seeketh the law shall be filled therewith.
Go ahead.
But the hypocrite will be offended thereat.
So I say the hypocrite gonna be offended thereat, meaning a person who is a liar, they're gonna be offended at God's law. They're gonna be offended at counsel. They're gonna be offended at the wise, because all they're gonna hear is rebuke, and they're not gonna like it. They're gonna want to make decisions, hasty decisions, and the counselor gonna tell them, "Nah, that's not where you at right now. You need to start here," and they're not gonna like that. Go ahead.
They that fear the Lord shall find judgment, and shall kindle justice as a light.
Says they that fear the Lord shall find judgment and shall kindle justice as a light. Verse 17.
A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
So reprove means correction. A sinful man ain't gonna be reproved. A sinful man is not gonna take correction. He's not gonna take counsel. But read that last part again.
But findeth an excuse according to his will.
But will find a reason to do what he wants based off how he feels. Okay, go ahead.
A man of counsel will be considerate.
So here we go. A man of counsel will be considerate. What is it that he will consider? Go ahead.
But a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear.
So I say a man of counsel will be considered. I mean, a man of counsel, he gonna take in instruction. He gonna consider his own ways, and he gonna realize his ways are wrong. Because what the Most High say, you need counseling. Go ahead.
Even when of himself.
Well, read that again for me.
A man of counsel will be considerate.
Go ahead.
But a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear.
But a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, meaning he don't care. A strange man who will not take counsel, he gonna just put himself out there. What happens, happens. I'm gonna marry this wicked woman, and cause I want her that bad, and he gonna see what ends up happening to him. He don't have fear in the Most High, so he's not taking heed to the Most High's instruction. Go ahead.
Even when of himself he have done without counsel.
There you go. He gonna do things without counsel. He'll forsake counseling, and he won't receive counseling at all. He move on his own time. Go ahead.
Do nothing without advice, and when thou hast once done, repent not.
So we brought it all there just to say that. Do nothing without advice. It's the Most High's law. If you got major decisions to make in your life, even if it's small, a wise man gonna consider, right? A man of counsel will consider. Do nothing without advice. Let your talk be with the wise. Get understanding. That's going to keep you in the place. That's going to keep you in a good place. So it says, do nothing without advice. That again for me, just that last part.
Do nothing without advice. And when thou hast once done, repent not.
And when thou hast once done, repent not, meaning don't forsake the advice that you receive. And when you take that advice, don't repent of it. Don't feel bad about doing the Most High's will. That's what God said. Do nothing without advice. Let's get one more. Oh yeah, that's a rock. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it's a rock 32.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's get Sirach 6, start at 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 5.
So when it comes to that, there is also another rule. Go ahead.
Sweet language will multiply friends.
So sweet language gonna multiply friends. That means soothsaying. People like to hear things that's gonna make them feel good. Okay? So keep that understanding. Sweet language multiply friends. But that's not in Israel, that's not what we seek. We don't seek sweet language. Go ahead.
And a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings.
Fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Verse 6.
Be in peace with many.
So it's good. Be at peace with many. It's okay. It's okay to have people, have friends and talk to people. Be at peace with many, but go ahead.
Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000.
But you need to have one counselor over 1,000. I mean, even when you do seek righteous advice, make sure you talk to one person. Get you a right. That's why I said, where the footsteps of a wise man's door. I probably butchered that. Get with that person and get your advice from him. And that you go through one person so information doesn't get screwed up. So you don't have different doctrines going in and out your head, from talking to many different people. It's cool to have friends and, acquaintances and stuff. But have one counselor that you can talk to and get your understanding. So all praise to the Most High God. This has been 10 minutes of wisdom. And with that, I say, shalom.